Hey everybody, I want to share 2 or 25 things with you in this video. First one is project inspiration. We put together a bunch of different exterior projects here, and I've used SPAX new HCR-X exterior deck screw. From a corrosion standpoint, it's the next best thing to stainless steel. It costs half as much, it's easier to use, and it's a carbon steel, very strong screw. So let's get into why I use this and where I use it. And the first place is on our pretend micro deck here. On a 2x2 deck baluster, I'm almost always going to pre-drill and countersink this with that prior to screwing. That's just an insurance policy, but with the SPAX HCR-X exterior deck screw, its serrated edge just slices through the wood fiber, and I don't have to do that. That's tons of time saved, and it's a solid connection. Coming around to another deck project, we don't always build a new deck, especially if you're doing, say, a DIY weekend. You do instead what's called a reskin. You leave the frame but put down new deck boards. In this case, I'd use the HCR-X number 10 by 3-inch deck screw. And I'd blow those deck screws right in. Because I'm using the T-Star Plus drive, the infuriating and frustrating cam out that's common with, say, a different headed screw is almost gone. It's just almost non-existent. For thinner, gentler items like this lattice, I'm going to scale down to a 2 or 2.5 inch HCR-X. Again, I'd typically pre-drill and countersink that as an insurance policy. Because of that serrated tip, I can go right in there and get a solid connection, and this thing's not going to rattle around. Also, in oddball stuff, I really like this screw. This is a connection that we're using in our garden table to brace up these legs. It's very common to do an angle brace and all kinds of stuff. But to get that angle brace in there, you need to do what we call toe nailing. And again, you're on the thin side of the board and you want that screw to penetrate without splitting. But you also want it to trap the wood fiber and hold everything in there. HCR-X does that, and it's going to live in these highly corrosive environments, like, in this case, a compost bin. This could also be a bulkhead or a retaining wall situation, say, in coastal environments. So what you need is something that can live in there. Here, we have a fence structure sort of inspired by our compost bin. And again, it can be a fence, it could just be sort of a highlight area in your yard. Whatever it is, you only have so much weekend, and what you want to be able to do is not fight with the screws you're using to install these boards. You just want to install them. And here it really all is for the SPAX HCR-X in microcosm. The snowplow-proof mailbox, I'm calling it, because it's not a giant timber, it's laminated blocks and pieces of cedar 2x that I've put together to withstand all the stuff that both mailboxes and the HCR-X are going to go through. So you've got your snowplow that's going to blast snow at this. We got to deal with the forces of that. We've got to deal with the salt that's on the road, and we've got to deal with seasonal changes, and all that is hard on a fastener. It's also hard on your weekend if you have to replace projects or redo things. So when we use the HCR-X, we're trying to do it right the first time, which is the way that we want to do it. Made in the US, SPAX HCR-X coated exterior deck screws are available in quantity-friendly 1-pound and 5-pound cartons in a variety of sizes and lengths. Piece counts are also listed on the packaging. Find out more information and availability on SPAX screws at spax.us. They're available at all the home centers that you probably go to. And I'm available at MyFixitUpLife.com because that's what I do. I want to know about your projects, so share them with us. In the meantime, good luck doing DIY like you do. I'm out. I'll see you.